I got a booty bill. A good loving give me chill. Good loving induce my skill. But she didn't take the pill, y'all. And now I got a booty bill. Why does the funk and ditty? Come on, if ditty. I said funk and ditty. Gonna give you plenty if ditty. We talk about funk, what's up, Nicky? I know you sure get tricky. Hit it. Yeah. What? Who did you call? What's his name? Say it again, y'all. Say it like you mean it. Who did you call? What y'all say? We can't hear you. Do what that? Talk to him, y'all. Say what's that? Do what, y'all? What must you do now? The old school. What must you do now? What must you do? She want us to do? Talk to me quick. Oh, talk to me quick now. What must you do now? On the balcony. On the floor. What must you do now? Wait a minute. Hey, hey, fellas. Hey, fellas. Let me do it for these ladies. My God. Let me do it for the ladies. I said, hey, fellas. I said, hey, soldiers. Let me do it for the ladies. Oh, my God. Want to do it for the ladies. Oh, my God. Well, hey, ladies. Hey, sexy. You want to do it for the fellas? Want to do it for the fellas? I said, hey, ladies. Hey, ladies. You want to do it for the fellas? Want to do it for the fellas? Hey.
Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of the Mignon Show. I am your host, Mignon, and this is my co-host.
Beverly Smith Brown.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Oh my goodness. We had an awesome weekend.
Oh my goodness, girl. You go, girl.
You go, girl.
It was so amazing. Mignon and her domestic violence. Got to give a shout out to Eugene,
Yes.
and she did the financial literacy. We actually partnered them together because if you do not, if you are not financially literate, then you can wind up in a domestic violence relationship.
Absolutely.
You know, so this conference this Saturday was amazing.
It was amazing. It was so beautiful, Bev. And I was trying to hold off on congratulating you on social media yesterday because I wanted to do it today here in person. And I just want to say that you did a phenomenal job. I mean, the whole atmosphere, all the young girls and older women that was there, you know, I really seen that village come together. And it was beautiful, and everybody loved it. Everybody came, and it just goes to show that it takes all of us to play a part in this. So we can benefit our younger generation because it's about the kids.
It is. It is. It is. And you know, one of the things that I appreciated was that it was intergenerational.
Yes.
You know, from my granddaughter Maddie all the way up to Mama Joe.
Yes.
The Parent Watch, our seniors and Sister Zakiah, and Mama Karen and Mama Brenda Jones. So the seniors as well, partnering them together, the youth with the seniors, I think is just something that is explosive.
Absolutely.
When the youth can teach our seniors about the internet and texting and, just the new wave of things going on. But what is so valuable, I think, is for our youth to sit at the feet of our elders to hear those stories.
Yes.
To hear those stories. And that's what I saw at the conference. Like you said, it was one of those things that needs to happen more. Because you saw women working together.
Yes.
They were working together.
Yes.
The vibes were so awesome. And I think that our girls saw that and there were not one issue. Everyone was smiling and
They
hugging,
were.
and it's possible. So,
Yes, and I even ran into one of my sandbox friends.
Oh, okay.
She was there because her granddaughter was actually one of the dancers, the first ones that came on the group
Okay.
of dancers, and we sat there together, and she just was stating how phenomenal this thing is of women coming together for the younger generation. And she even expressed that she would like to be a part of that. That is definitely something that she would like to get involved with. So we did a great job.
Yes, yeah.
We did an awesome job.
yeah.
And like you said, the workshops were phenomenal. We had Tanzania Fair. She was there with the whole girl power.
She rocked that girl power.
Yes, she did.
I mean, just to hear the young girls, it was like an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, and she said, "What does girl power mean to you?" And she said, if a young boy say something, say I'm ugly or something, I stand up inside myself and know that I'm beautiful. And I don't have to respond to him. This young baby was
girl.
8 years, no more than 9 years old, and she was standing in her power,
Yes.
right? That proactive, just getting them prepared, not waiting until they get in the situation, but giving them those tools before they leave out the house to know that they are powerful.
Absolutely. We definitely have to support them, especially we had those, we had 10-year-old fashion designer Khalees Glanfield there. I mean,
goodness.
and her designs were just beautiful.
Yes,
and we
yes.
have to continue to uplift them and show them the way,
yeah.
of them starting these businesses and writing these books
Yeah.
and letting them know, like, feeding that creativity in them and letting other youth know that if this 10-year-old can do it, then I can do it as a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
If a 6-year-old can write a book, then I can write a book.
Yeah.
You know? And so, and I love the whole thing with Miss Patrick. Oh my goodness, those designs that she did. And that sewing class.
awesome.
Even I said, I'm getting ready to join that sewing class.
Yes,
I'm going to be in that next sewing class.
Yes. It's so for you. Mama Safe Haven is a nonprofit organization. We encourage self-love, higher education, and self-employment by offering a support bridge to those in need of resources to get to the next level in their lives. We have 4 programs. DC's Youth Has Talent. We have a Never Give Up workshop. We also have a DC Film Life and Black Wall Street. Miss Patrick is just an amazing person who works with Mama Safe Haven and offers the Sew For You program. And she's been doing this with us for 3 years, teaching sewing classes. We started out at Malcolm X Opportunity Center where she had the youth making bathing suits. They designed their own bathing suits. Then they went on the next session, they made wrap skirts. Then they went on and made jumpsuits. And in this session, they did pocketbooks. But it's something to teach our youth how to use their hands, how to sew and make their own clothes. We got to get back to that, teaching them how to cook and clean.
Yes.
You have to teach people how to clean. You can't just assume someone
That
knows
they know
how to
how.
clean,
Yes.
that they know how to cook. And our boys. I thank God for my mother-in-law who did a great job with my husband, but because he knows how to clean, he knows how to wash his clothes, he knows how to cook, he knows how to take care of himself. So it's important for us not to just teach our girls, but also our boys.
Absolutely.
How to take care of themselves. So,
yes, and I have sons, and I made I made that a priority that my sons knew how to take care of themselves. Just growing up and watching how, our boys had to subject themselves to living in different types of situations because they don't know how to provide for themselves. And I didn't want my sons to end up in that cycle of having to cohabitate with any type of woman because he didn't know how to cook or he didn't know how to wash his own clothes and those type of things that we take for granted. So I made sure at 12 years old that he knew how to separate and wash his own clothes.
That's awesome.
And then he knew how to cook his own meals and to be able to provide for himself because just growing up you see so many things that they go through. And we have to become more self-sufficient.
And it leads to abuse because
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you one of the things that I found myself in several domestic violence relationships. I was in my first domestic violence relationship at the age of 16.
Me too.
I left home. I left home and ran into the arms of my first abuse at 16. But because he provided, you know, I was leaving a chaotic situation at home. There was some things that just didn't have my basic needs. A lot of things my mom was struggling with a drug addiction. And, you know, it was just really rough coming from, you know, being number 8 of 9 children. So when he came with these different things, I left and went with him, you know. But one of the things I realized that most men, you know, as a man, they feel that it's their duty to take care of us and provide for us. And when they can't, sometimes it messes with their ego. Yeah. You know, especially when we're challenging them and vice versa. So it's so important as it relates to relationship and just, you know, we talking about nurturing and making sure that we have these different tools. It's just understanding that even though the men are really tough, it's important for us to know that they have a heart and that we have to be careful with the words that we're saying to them because we can tatter their, you know, their ego. Yes. When it comes down to you know, just that relationship and men, you know, looking at other men and measuring themselves. Some of them never had, you know, their dad, you know, never really had that real male role model and just kind of looking around to see, you know, what a real man is. So that is great as it relates to what you said with your sons and teaching them how to provide for themselves so, you know, they don't have to depend on a woman to do those things and vice versa.
Absolutely. So, and even on the flip side of that with me as being a woman, that's why it was so important for me that I became self-sufficient in myself so I wouldn't have to depend on a man just to be able to provide for me because a lot of those situations that I endured, domestic violence was in that because they controlled my finances. Well, they tried to. You know, tried to control me with finances and money. But I had always taken care of myself because I've always come from generations of women who put in work for themselves, and they gave me that. They gave me that what I needed to be able to. And I'm sorry, guys, because it's for a lack of term of what I'm thinking of it right now. But when you have those mentors, those mentors that show you how to work hard and you know, and not to sit around and wait for a man to take care of you. But believe what I'm saying. I can take care of myself and do what I have to do. But I'm also one of those old-fashioned girls, and I believe in God and what he says, and I believe that my husband should be capable of providing and taking care of me. That's right. That right there, I do. But believe me, I got his back. That's right. You know what I'm saying? I got his back. Teamwork makes the dream work. And just like you said, they want to be men. And we have to be able to allow them to be men. That's right. So sometimes we have to shut our mouths and step back. That's right. Yeah. You know, and I'm going to tell you, that was a struggle for me being a single mom for 21 years. You know, I was head of the household. You know, I ran my own business at 24 and taking care of my children. So I was always at the forefront of having to handle everything and make stuff happen. So it wasn't so much of, you know, me and my husband, we don't have any those power struggle issues, but I had to get used to having help. I had to learn how to receive that. I had to receive it. It's hard to receive. It's hard, and that was one of the things that I had to give God the glory for as it relates to divine connection. Because my husband, and people always say, you know, he's perfect for me, and that is so true because my husband has a way of allowing me to be me, right? You know, and where I'm weak, he's strong, and vice versa. And you know, that whole thing of you know, he allows me, he know where I'm strong at. And I think that is a thing that's important when we come together in relationships, is for everyone, I mean, for both parties to be, you know, strong in who they are. Right. You know, and not looking for the other person to fulfill them. Absolutely. But coming complete and whole. You're already who you are. Yes. And that was one of the things when me and my husband, we've been married for 4 years now. And I'm not saying that it's easy because there's two different people coming together and merging our life, but one of the main things I think that keeps us strong is just that understanding of our strengths and our weaknesses. Absolutely. And not playing each other against, you know, we know, okay, I know you have a weakness in that area, so I'm not going to highlight that. I'm going to find a way to kind of uplift you in that area. And also, I'm going to give you an example.
My phone. My husband knows. He always charges my phone at night. So he won't say, "Oh my God, baby, your phone not charged." He know that's my weakness. So I know for a fact. And he got me to the point where I already, it's automatic. He put it on the charge.
Absolutely.
You know, I'll leave my purse. So he already know to just kind of grab things up because he know how I am. I'm always busy and running my mouth. So he's really good with that. And the same thing with him. I know some areas where he can be weak. So it's love. You know, it's so important to understand. You have to know a person, get to know a person.
Absolutely.
And accept those flaws because no one is perfect.
Absolutely.
No one
and
is
love
perfect.
people where they are.
Come on now.
Love people
That's
where
important.
they
Or
are.
leave 'em.
And not who you want and not who you
Can't
want
learn to
them
leave
to
'em,
be.
leave 'em.
Yeah,
Right,
and if
right.
you want to go, you want to go. And I want to just touch on what you said about receiving. And I believe that it has been something that has been done to us culturally. It's because we have been given the stigma that if we receive something, we're being selfish, that we're always told to keep give. And when somebody want to receive, we like this. Give us something back. We got our hands up like this, rejecting it. But I always tell people, I say, you're on your knees. You're praying to God for things. How is he going to bless you? He's not going to come here in a physical form to bless you, but he sent people. So when people want to bless you, receive. Know that you deserve that you honor that is how God is rewarding you. It's okay. When I learned that, I'm telling you, I don't turn down anything anymore. Nothing but my collar.
Okay.
I tell you, I receive everything. And I wanted to say that to lead up to this. This woman at the You Girl conference, she had a shoe closet there.
Oh.
She had a shoe closet.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just for, and I don't want people to think that when people are given things that you have to be needy.
Right.
It's not about being needy.
Come on now.
It's about being blessed. Do you really think that I walked into that room and I did not walk out with a pair of shoes? Not only did I walk out with a pair, I walked out with 2 pairs. And God will bless you in that because the shoes that I walked out of there with would be the same shoes that if they was in Nordstrom's, I would have bought them.
That's right. That's right.
I got me a cute pair of Steve Madden sandals that I'm going to rock. I wanted to wear them tonight so y'all could see them. But I got these other boots on. Look, I got my silver boots.
Oh, yeah, she got the boots on.
I got
That's
my
right.
silver boots on that I got. And I'm telling you, all I could do was just thank God.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank God for the blessings that he put before us and the people that he connects you with.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it just was a phenomenal weekend.
Okay.
So do we have a call, Ron? Okay. I just hear something ringing.
Okay.
Okay.
So with that being said, that shoe closet, I have to shout out The Wire. It's a nonprofit organization that work with women that's incarcerated and the women that's coming out of jail. And Shoe City donated a storage unit full of brand new shoes.
Brand new.
I'm telling you, boxes
Brand new.
boxes of stacked up to the ceiling. Thousands of shoes. And I had the honor and the pleasure of getting a call to come and pick up several huge boxes of shoes and was able to go in the community and just pass out the shoes. Just giving out shoes to the point where when we had the conference, we still had shoes to give out, and we still have more shoes.
Oh, my goodness.
So when my husband went to pick them up, he said, "Baby, we still have a box of shoes left." So if you need shoes, you can go to Mama Safe Haven. That's MOMMASSAFEHAVEN.org, and that's mamassafehaven.org if you are in need of shoes for girls.
Yes,
female
and
shoes.
if you are a business that's
Yes.
listening, you have shoes
Yeah,
and that
you
you would
wanna
like to donate, please be a sponsor. Support these organizations,
Yes.
these grassroots organizations that are doing something in our community.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about our community. And sometimes it burns me up when I be on Facebook, the whole internet thing, because you see so many people in your circle supporting all these other big organizations that really never touches our community. It never touches our community. But the organizations that's in the community, that they reach out to you in the inbox asking for resources, they never give back to those resources. Give back, y'all. Give back to the organizations that's touching your life. Help them to build. And I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong with supporting Mama Safe Haven. They are doing an awesome job and great work in the community where you can see where your hard-earned dollars are going.
That's right.
It's going back to the people.
That's right.
So support them, guys. I'm telling you, you won't ever regret it.
It's so important. Support. One of the things I do want to say is that we have been blessed with support. One of the things that I like to do is go into the stores and say, do you support the community that supports you? I go into the mom and pop stores. I goes into the liquor store. I don't go to the government for grant money and all that.
That's right.
It's so important for us to take care of us. We're not begging for any money. We are doing the work on the ground, having these conversations with our youth. Every Sunday we have sister circles. We go to church and we do potluck. We have sewing classes on Wednesdays. We take the youth skating once a month. We're doing some great things. We have a Black Wall Street program. If you know any businesses that deserve a Black Wall Street award, we have Black Wall Street coming up in December. So you can look us up, Donnie Glover at BeMoreNews.com, as well as Mama Safe Haven. We're partnering for our 5th edition.
Yes.
Mignon Anderson
I
is
am a recipient.
Yes, she is the honoree of the Black Wall Street Award. And we have honored actually 45 businesses, individuals, and organizations with a Black Wall Street Award. And what that is we support the Joe Mans Awards in Baltimore. We purchased the plaque. It's a free event for business owners, and we honor them for their hard work that they're putting into, because the whole goal is for them to come out as receive the award, speak to the community who have come into this building for free. We have DCRA on site. We have different information on how they can start their business, because we do encourage self-employment. We also have marketing classes. We also help with public speaking as it relates to, and we also have financial literacy classes as well.
Absolutely.
Self-employment is the key,
Yes.
is the way out of poverty. Education, educate yourself. I attend YouTube University right now.
Yeah, tell them about that.
Okay, so right now, I'm really big on information. I am a serial educator. I'm always in school right now due to the financial crunch. I am studying on YouTube. So I go online. You can go on YouTube and look up anything that you need to know. And I have been just blessed with this free education. So it's so important for us to educate ourselves. You can start right where you're at. If you need help, if you want to start a nonprofit, if you want to start a business, that's something that we do as well. So you can definitely send us an email at info@mamasafehaven.org.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. So this is the month of October, and it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, along with Breast Cancer Awareness.
Yes, it is.
So these are two major issues that affect women and men, and now we just want to talk about that today. I have some pamphlets up here, and we just want to give you more education on these two causes that affect us in our community. And so for one, you always hear a lot of people, we always talk about the physical attributes of domestic violence, but a lot of times people tiptoe around the sexual abuse part. And so I definitely wanted to really deal with that today. The sexual abuse part, about how can you get involved in this. So you guys know you can always volunteer. They have so many organizations where you can get on the hotlines and do some advocate counseling if you're certified in that to do counseling. And also just basically give some sexual assault awareness. You can Google sexual assault, and you can see the statistics, and you can also see how you can help someone. And just basically, and if it's you, how you come out of that, to be able to report that. Also, they have a lot of things where you can do, it's fundraisers. Like I was saying, that there's a lot of grassroots organizations that maybe you can do a fundraiser for at your job, anywhere, at your church, to be able to donate more money for research with breast cancer, and also just giving them the money they need to be able to offer more programs to us. Like we do have a young lady that's going to call in actually in a few minutes for breast cancer, and just about, helping these programs for people who may not have insurance. But we can't wait on insurance to get these tests, so hopefully she'll be calling in at 6:30, but is there something else that you would like to say in reference to the breast cancer?
Yes. I remember, getting my physicals and the doctor talking about doing your own self-exam. You know, so looking that up on YouTube, you can look it up, you can Google it to see how to do your own breast exam. As a female, it's important for us to explore our own body, take time with yourself and get familiar with yourself and know. So if anything doesn't feel normal, you'll be familiar with it. And I know we already have a lump in our breast, but it's so important for us to be aware of the shape of your breast. So, you know, touch yourself often. I know, like she said, we will be having a call in soon, but I know that there is a breast mammogram session going on at the Washington Hospital Center Saturday, October the 20th. So there'll be some more information as it relates to that. But yeah, it's so important. I know for me, I've been sexually abused as well. And it does put you in a state of, it changes the way you look at yourself and how you touch yourself and how you view your sexual parts. I know for me, when I was young, it made me feel, you know, dirty. You didn't want to talk about your sexual parts. You know, it was so taboo. Anybody spoke, it was just, you were shut down. I was shut down, you know, leave a room. So it's so important as it relates to that. If you or someone comes to you and say that they have been touched, that's a very, very delicate situation that you definitely first want to, you know, breathe and take a couple of minutes to think about what the person is saying to you before you respond. You know, take it in, because that's a very delicate situation.
Absolutely.
You don't want to repeat that to anyone.
Right.
If someone trusts you to share with you what has happened to them, then, you know, please honor them and help them.
Absolutely.
You know, and if you can't help them, don't hurt them any more than they have already been hurt.
Absolutely.
But as it relates to, you know, and I had to just say that as it relates to breast cancer and touching yourself, because it's important for us to understand, you know, to understand that.
Absolutely. And also in reference to the sexual abuse, that I'm going to give you some things that if you have been raped, these are some things that you need to do. If you've been raped by someone that you do not know, the first thing that you must do is to try to remember what your attacker looks like, their hair length, their skin color, scars, tattoos, or anything unusual. If it was a car that they put you, try to remember the car, the color, the model, things of that nature. And if you want to report it to the police, you have to remember, and I know because it makes you feel like you just said, it makes you feel so violated that you feel dirty and you just want to wash it off. Well, if you're going to go to the police, you can't do that just yet, because your body holds so much evidence.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, you can't go to the bathroom. You can't shower. You can't brush your teeth. You can't eat, drink, or change your clothes. Your body contains this evidence that is so prevalent to what the police need to be able to apprehend your attacker. And also, always remember that you can call for help.
Yes.
Always call number 911. And then also you can call the Rape Crisis Center in your area. Here in D.C., that telephone number is 202-333-RAPE. And also, you must get a medical examination. Yes. You must do it. And these are the things that, these are the things that will be able to help catch your attacker. So you must get a medical examination. And I just want to stress this one very hard, that if you know of any minors that have been sexually abused, you must report it to the police. If they're 16 and younger, you must report it to the police so they're able to get the help that they need. So I think that is our call coming in. So, hello, caller. You're on the Mignon Show.
Hi, it's Janelle Diaz. How are you?
Hello, Janelle. How are you?
Hi, Janelle.
Hey, how are you guys?
We're good. We were waiting on you to call in.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
You're so welcome.
Yes. So I just want to introduce everyone who's on who's watching and listening in, that we have Janelle Diaz. She is first makeup artist to the stars.
Yes, she is.
She has flirty faces. She can give you a fabulous beat, get you runway ready. And that's how I met her, because she's just fabulous with the makeup. She loves playing in makeup. She's fabulous with it. And
Thank you.
Yes, I love you so much because she cares about our tatas, guys.
Yes, she does.
So she is.
I do.
Yeah, so she is. She do. She really do. And she came out to our You Go Girl conference. She was a vendor there sharing information. We wanted to have her come on again so she can be a part and share some information with you all. She have an event coming up next Saturday. Janelle, welcome to the show. Please tell everyone about your event next week.
Okay, thank you again for having me, guys. So I will tell you about the event. I kind of want to tell you since you said I'm a makeup artist and now I care about the tatas, how that all kind of ties together. But there was actually a rise in breast cancer in the district about 5 or 6 years ago. And out of the 300-something cases, 166 came from wards 5, 7, and 8.
Wow.
And out of those 166 cases, only one person didn't have insurance. So obviously that raised a concern as to, wait a minute, typically if you're not coming in or if you're coming in at late stage, it would be somebody, that doesn't have insurance. And maybe that's the reason why they don't have primary care. So upon further research, it was a working woman. And so Washington Hospital Center, in combination with the Cancer Institute, came up with the Get to Breast Care program. And so what we do, we're community navigators. So we go out into the community and do education, go to events, support, and it's a year-round thing for us, not just during this time, October. But we found that giving more information and just trying to start that conversation of hope and get rid of the conversation that it's a death sentence once you get breast cancer. Because we find that a lot of patients are fearful, aren't making the time because they felt like, well, if I get it, I'm going to die anyway, not realizing that it has a 100% survival rate, So and that is backed by getting your mammogram and doing self-exam. So just a couple of fun facts: mammograms are still the safest, the best way to detect breast cancer. Obviously, there are other ways that you can detect it, which is through self-exams, your clinical breast exams, sonograms, MRIs. So there's not just a mammogram machine. But in recent years, just like everything, technology has changed. I don't know, you guys have had some grandbabies come along. Have you guys seen the 3D and 4D sonograms that women get nowadays?
Yes.
The same technology. I remember I had one for my baby, so I know you guys know what I'm talking about. That's actually the technology that's in the new mammogram machine. So whereas there used to be the X-ray, and especially for women of color, women who have dense breasts, it's a harder read when you use the X-ray because the light then has to go through the whole entire breast. Whereas now it is more of a picture. So just like your smartphones, you can zoom in, add color, take away color, crop and paste, and they can do all of that with the mammogram machine and kind of get more of a detailed picture than an X-ray. So just like everything, I always try to emphasize, I think, because it was like my aunts, my grandmothers, the mammogram machine hurts. It's the worst machine. The radiation, the amount of radiation that you get from a mammogram machine is less than when you step out when you're out in the sun. So, hopefully with time that will change, but it hasn't been, proven that can cause breast cancer or add to it. If anything, they're trying to, like I said, move away and do more of a picture just because it gives a better read, especially for women of color. So being in the community, we actually find that especially in the district, that it's no longer an AIDS disease either, unfortunately. If you're a woman and you've got tatas and you still have estrogen, and it's in your body, unfortunately, we're at risk. So the conversation is for the under 40, the under 30. And I could say between myself and the other navigator, we see more women under 40 with late-stage breast cancer than we do over 40.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because...
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, because, we have been told for so long that, 40. Yeah. And so the age of 40 is when you start getting your mammogram. So, a lot of times women younger than that, they may be feeling different things going on with their breasts and noticing differences, but they never think that it could be breast cancer because we're told, you get your first one at 40. Yeah. So I think is what
and that is the case. There's a new one, and everything is always per your clinician and per your insurance carriers. But they're between 35 and 40, you can actually get them every 2 years, and then 40 and over, it is every year. And it was something interesting that I actually just learned at the Biden Cancer Summit, that mammography is a Class A, and I'm probably not saying this right, using the right terminology, but it's a Class A requirement. So it is, regardless of what your physicians say, or you hear some news or a pamphlet, a mammogram is a yearly requirement. And it's Class A, which means it has to be recognized through insurance companies as well. So I hear a lot of women say, oh, my insurance company said every 2 years, or my doctor said every 5 years. But because it is a Class A, it is required every year. So within everyone in their own little pockets, everybody's getting different answers. That's the one piece that we always try to let everybody know, is that it is required every year. And then under 40, it is 35 to 40s every 2 years. And I actually had my first one at 36, and I'll do my next one next year. And then anything under 35, you do have to go through, your primary care. And at Washington Hospital Center, we do see women under 40, regardless of what's going on, because we want to make sure that we identify what the concern is.
Absolutely awesome. So can you
And
definitely...
then that's how we developed Mammogram Day. So that kind of leads right in there.
Yes, segue right into that, right?
Yeah, but before I say that, the other point that I wanted to make up was self-exam. Self-exams are so important. And while, yes, sometimes breast cancer can go undetected, we want to start, again, a new conversation of everyone should be doing self-exams. Even if they're in their 20s, what we're feeling for nowadays is no longer a lump. And the reason being is because if you feel a lump, that means you're further along.
Wow.
There's so many other things that happen prior to feeling a lump.
Janelle, please share that. Please share some other things that women may be experiencing before the lump even appears.
Yeah. So I will say that I can't tell you specifically what it is because everyone's breast is different.
Okay.
And I can give you my experience. When I had my mammogram last year, they told me my density level, which means my density level is a level 1, which means I don't have any lumps at this point. So if anything was to ever occur, I'm going to notice it because I don't have anything. I should always feel fatty. That's what my doctor told me. And I was like, wait, is that where the 30 pounds is sitting? But ultimately that's what they said. And I said, that was really good information to know so that when I go do my self-exam, I know what I'm feeling for. So the same with a woman who, let's say, is a level 4. If she is lumpy or dense or has fibrocystic breast, then she should be feeling the same lump every month. So if you do your self-exam today, October 15th, it should feel the same way every month. So October, November, February, March, June, they should feel the same way. The moment they don't feel the same is a reason for a concern. Awesome. Your breasts don't change that quickly. So from month to month, if they've changed, there's a reason to say, hey, I need to be screened. And the screening doesn't have to be a mammogram, but it could be a way to detect whether or not what you're feeling is something that needs to be watched or looked at or however way the clinicians decide to do it. But that's where we're trying to get the women. Because if you get it at stage 1, it's a 99.9% survival rate.
Right.
At stage 1, it's as small as a grain of salt. You can't feel a grain of salt on the table, let alone amongst the breast. So I always explain, you know how you wake up and you may have a bruise somewhere, but you don't remember hitting yourself and it doesn't hurt? But something obviously happened because the skin reacted. The breast is the same way. So to your point of saying, well, what should we be looking for? Any change is a concern from month to month because they don't change that quickly. Okay. So getting used to doing them the same time every month, which is typically after menstrual. I don't get one because of birth control, so I just choose my birth date. And you want to do it standing up and laying down, and then also just looking at them because sometimes it could just be appearance. It may not even be something you feel. So making sure they look the way they're supposed to look. And then I say for my young ones, if you don't want to do it, find somebody who will do it for you because trust me, they'll remember.
Yeah.
They always know before you do.
And that is so true. You know what? That is so true because I know 2 breast cancer survivors, and they said they found out through their mate that something was going on with their breasts. So, yeah. And that saved their life. That saved their life because they didn't notice a difference or anything, didn't feel anything, but their mate did. They felt something.
That's definitely.
So
that's awesome.
And so that leads right into what I was saying is that the breast care program, when we've met women in the community, we find that we just don't make the time. That's honestly it. I think there are other contributing factors that make fear, whether it's time, knowledge, not wanting to know, children. And I feel like in our market, we have a thriving market. You have women who are in executive level positions. You've got women like yourselves who you do podcasts and community, and like you guys are all over the place. And we just honestly don't take the time to take care of ourselves. So what we do is once a quarter we open up on a Saturday at Washington Hospital Center. On those particular days, it's always a party. It's always catered. We pay for your parking. I feel like that's
my own heart, child. Woman after my own heart.
Yes. And I was
always make sure you say.
And I was even going to tell you, Janelle, that I am definitely, because I am also due for my mammogram this year. And so
I'll see you on Saturday?
You will see me on Saturday. So I was definitely wanting to make sure that you have my name and everything on the list because I will be there Saturday to take care of that.
Good. Well, you'll be in a good treat. So this one is actually, Friday is National Mammogram Day. And since it starts on Saturday, we just wanted to continue can you guys hear me?
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
awesome. So can you definitely give them the information for
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry. My phone, my earbuds died. Sorry.
Okay.
So I think so. But this particular one, our October one, is always the biggest one. So this weekend, we'll have actually a massage therapist, an esthetician, a makeup artist, food, and just fellowshipping for all of us. Awesome. And it's, again, to take away the time to just do something for ourselves, but make us feel good, kind of reset. And at that point, then every year I got to go. And what better month to always remember but to go in October.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. So, yes, I will definitely
I can be reached because you do have to register for the event. So if anybody wants to, you can DM me on social media, which is Flirty Face. You can also call me, or DM me is probably the best, which is Flirty Face. I am in the hospital, but I will say I'm in the community this week because it is October. So you can leave us a message, which is 202-877-5929. Or, like I said, the best way probably to reach me this week would be on my social media, which is Flirty Face.
Janelle, give them that telephone number one more time.
Okay, it's 202-877-5929. And if you could leave a voicemail, we'll get back to you.
Okay. Well, we definitely thank you so very much for that.
And then one big thing about this weekend that I would love to say is that you don't have to have a referral and you do not have to have insurance.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yes, if you haven't had your mammogram in a year, then you're eligible per your insurance provider. We will take care of the referral aspect. We do ask that you have your primary care's information so that we can send all the I can't think of the word, the images and the radiologist response so that they have all your information and can add it to your file. But then for my ladies who do not have insurance, we also have funding for them as well. So there's not a reason for you not to say I can't come. We'll be there as early as 8 a.m. So if you need to come in and just come in and get out, you can do that. You can be our last first. We will make it work. We watch your kids. We will do whatever it is for you to make sure that you get your mammogram taken care of.
Food and child
so
care.
There's no reason not to show up at Washington Hospital Center this weekend.
Food and child care, guys. No excuse.
Food and child care free. Y'all like free.
We all do.
For the low.
We love free.
I want a facial while we're there, too, but I have to say, her name is Queen of Waxing. You guys need to look her up on social media. She is so amazing. And she actually will be the esthetician there on Saturday. So.
Oh, wow. Definitely put me down on her schedule. I will be getting that.
That's what I said. I was like, can you just do my face before everybody comes?
I know, right? Awesome. Well, thank you.
And also, like I said, it's just to make sure that I wanted, as women, I'm a single mom. I'm always running. I'm always on the go. When I take off, I try to do everybody's doctor's appointments on the same day and get it done with. So I get it and I understand, and that's why we try to make it more fun, less of a doctor's appointment and more of a time for fellowshipping and just taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes, well, thank you. We need that, and we
It's
thank
so
you so
important.
much. We thank you so much for what you do and in the community. We thank you.
You're so awesome.
Well, I'm excited. My two lovies will be there on Saturday.
Yes, we will.
You will
yes, we will. So thank you so much for calling in. Thank you so much for calling in, and we will see you Saturday.
See you.
Thank
Have a good
you.
night.
All right,
Good night.
you too, babes.
So definitely, guys, we want to thank Janelle for that.
She's
oh, my
awesome.
goodness. And again, if there's anybody that is due their mammogram this year, you can definitely come out to Washington Hospital Center this week, and I didn't get a time.
It's in the morning.
I know it's in the morning. So let's say
Yeah.
at least 9 o'clock.
9 a.m.
At least 9 a.m. to come out to Washington Hospital.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, you have time. I'm going to give you Janelle's number. Call that number
That's
to
right.
find out the details. It's 202-877-5929. That's 202-877-5929. Call her with that. So
That's
thank you
right.
so much again, Janelle, and we will definitely be there.
Appreciate you.
We got to get our tatas taken
We
care of.
do, guys. It's important, okay, guys. It's so important for us to be familiarized with ourselves.
Yes.
It's not, it's not a crime to touch yourself and get familiar with yourself and understand, when something feels, different. We have to get those things checked out.
Absolutely.
Definitely caring
do
about
that.
yourself, self-love is key. Making sure that you're okay. I was talking to a young lady just about that same situation, not about breast cancer, but she was just saying how her children always come first. And I understand that. But I had an elder come to me when I was raising my children. They were real young. And she asked, it was me and my girlfriend, we were sitting in the laundromat, as a matter of fact. And she saw us talking, and she said, who comes first, you or your children? And my girlfriend was quick. My babies come first. And I knew that she was coming with something, so I know when to be quiet. I know when to be
because
quiet.
when the lesson, what's the saying about the lesson? When the teacher will come. When it's time for,
when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When
That's
the student
right.
is ready, the teacher appear. So when she asked that question, and my friend was like, my children come first. And I said, okay, I'm going to just sit back and see where she's going with this. And she said, now let me ask you this. She said, if your children come first, can your children lead the way?
Come on now.
She said, if you're feeding if you are not okay, how can you provide for your children?
You can't.
You have to make sure that you are okay. We cannot continuously putting ourselves on a back burner. You have to dust off of those dreams and those goals. You have to really put some time into yourself. You have to learn how to just tell people no. I'm learning how to say no.
That is a magic word.
Unapologetically.
That is a magic
I had
word.
a friend tell me about Saturday and said they were mad at me. And I said, I'm going to just have to be honest with you, honey. I can't feel no way about that. I just can't. I won't allow it to affect me because when it comes down to you being that self-love, you have to really protect yourself.
Yes.
In the health arena and the mental health. Because people will put their opinions and their things what they think that you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to act. But I had to take control over that and say, no, that's how you feel. And I refuse to allow you to dump that energy on me.
Yes.
And it's so important as it relates to that self-love for us to take care of ourselves and not to, allow those different things to come in.
Absolutely. When you learn that word no, it is so freeing.
It's so freeing.
And I remember years ago when Oprah talked about the power of no. And that really what helped me. She really was able to bring me over to that side is because we give too much to people. We give too much to people and let them control too much of our life when they don't even deserve to even have a front seat to it.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to be able to say no, and it's okay to say no. And the beauty in no, you don't owe anybody an explanation after that.
And that was the hardest part
Woo,
for me.
Girl,
that was the hardest part
for
for
me.
That was the hardest because I'm an explainer. I like to talk. So I'm like, I'm going to give you the details. I'm going to give you all the intricate details because I really want to do it. But. Right? But see, and that's the thing of pacifying a person. And for me, what I found out is even when I say no, that no will turn into yeah because I'm busy sitting there explaining. And when you're doing that, they say, oh, well, all you got to do is they find a way in your explanation.
Exactly.
So it's really about feeling the fear and doing it anyway.
Yes.
Because it really is a fear of their,
opinion.
They're not going to like me anymore. And I had to realize, just like Oprah said, it was that thing of wanting everybody to think that you're nice.
Yes, and nice to get you in depression.
But I was looking at this. Dating violence. Love doesn't have to hurt. When you're saying no out of love for yourself, someone they have to respect that. If they love you, they would respect that. Oh, we have a call coming in.
We have a call in. Hello, this is
Hi, this is Jackie Carter with You Go Girl.
Hi, Jackie. You go, girl.
How are you?
Well, Thank you for calling in, Jackie. How are you this evening? Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Jackie Carter. I run a nonprofit over in Ward 8, Ja Kente International, and we train students, primarily high school students, in all the theater arts disciplines. And once trained, we present 3 full plays plus a 1 10-minute play festival to the community every year.
Awesome. Now, if we have some youth that's listening, maybe some parents that's listening, and they want their youth to be involved, how can someone get in touch with you? Because I just want to tell everyone that Jackie is an amazing director, producer, playwright. I mean, the way she handled that stage at the You Go Girl conference.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, Jackie was there, 7 o'clock? I mean, we were blowing balloons and, I mean, just getting everything ready and just her ability to work. It wasn't really no pressure. It was really effortless. But we had so many different things going on, and she had youth there that was, I mean, just their energy was amazing. So I really am so glad that you called in, because what you do with our youth and how you work with the women in our community. We know it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month and it's cancer, breast cancer. But when it comes down to working with our youth and acting and theater and giving them a passion, even if it's set design, right? Even if it's costuming, you know, even if it's getting them to set the stage. How can someone get in touch with you if they're interested in being a part of that?
Well, they can reach us at 202-829-1160. They can also go to our website at jakente.org, JAHKENTE.org, and just see all the wonderful plays we've been doing throughout the year. And also, they can send us an email at jakente@aol.com. And yes, we still use AOL. If I might say that, I want to give a big shout out to Beverly, who did an amazing piece of work over at Hart Middle School last Saturday.
Yes,
the
she
You Go
did.
Girl Conference.
Yes, she did. I am definitely, Jackie, going to give her a round of applause.
I'm giving all of y'all a round
because
of
she
applause.
deserves it so much for putting that together.
Yes.
She deserves so much for putting that together.
Yes. But Jackie,
It was an amazing, yes.
No, go ahead. What you was going to say?
It was an amazing conference. I had a couple of students with me, Charmise Jackson and Antonia Dean, also came down, participated in an amazing workshop on domestic violence. The young ladies talked to me about that workshop that they participated in. They explained to me all the things that they didn't know that they learned, and also some techniques they learned about how to get out of domestic violence situation, or even how to help somebody else, how to be a reporter. I mean, just the whole day was just an amazing day.
Well, Jackie, I definitely thank you. That really just blessed me, because, you know, I was the facilitator for the domestic violence workshop. And that's what I do, just try to educate the teens and, you know, adults and parents of how, you know, we all hear about domestic violence, but we definitely have to learn how to survive and get out of domestic violence. So I truly appreciate that.
That was awesome. I'm gonna tell you something, Jackie. That was so amazing, because you didn't even know. Well, you probably didn't put 2 and 2 together that Mignon was the one who did it, but just giving that testimony of the youth and just bringing the whole thing full circle of why we are here and why it's important for us to support one another. Partnerships is key. It's so important. And we have to be mindful who we're partnering with and those like missions as it relates to us going after our goals. And I'm just so blessed. And I know I've been getting calls since Saturday about how everyone really enjoyed the event. But I have to give all the glory. I'm going to give the glory to God for the strength. Because even when I wanted to give up, I felt that it was bigger than me. I felt the strength, when people, the day of the show, people call out, back out, some things, the mic wasn't working. There were some things, but when I tell you, you couldn't even tell that there were issues because the energy was so amazing.
Yes.
And that had everything to do with every single person that was there.
Absolutely.
It had everything to do with that. So I just thank God. I just give, reverence to our heavenly angels that are always encamped around us and our ancestors who went before us to pave the way, who are cheering for us and rooting for us. I truly believe in that, and I just thank you and the people that's here with us that's on that mission. I really want to encourage everyone with the spirit of you go girl, dream big, work hard, never give up. You have those dreams and goals on the inside of you, and if you are bold enough to share that with someone and they tear it down, then you come to me. We can come together and we can make those dreams happen. It's so important. That self-determination, is so important to partner up with like-minded people that can help your dreams go as far. So, Jackie, I appreciate you. We have some great things coming up. You want to talk about that play really quick? Do we have time?
Absolutely. Right now, our young people are trained. They're learning public relations and marketing. They're learning how to build our sets. That's carpentry. They're learning how to work our sound and light equipment. And we're in rehearsal for our winter musicale, which is Bye Bye Birdie. It's a story that's actually patterned after the life of Elvis Presley. But we based ours on the story of Chuck Berry. So we put a little twist on the theme, a little variation on the theme.
That's right. For
I
our
like
own
it. Come on now.
So there's a lot of singing, a lot of dancing. We're going to open December 11th, 12th, and 13th over at the Malcolm X Opportunity Center. And this is a free event. It's a family-friendly event. So we want everyone to come out, bring your friends, bring your family, bring your cousins, your nieces, your uncle, nephews. But most importantly, I want to say that we work with youth 14 to 17 years old, and we raise money to give them after-school employment. So this is a job for them after school.
Awesome.
It's a resume builder for them.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jackie. I thank you for taking time out to call. You did, again, she just a phenomenal job on Saturday. Everyone did. Mignon, you just got that testimony from me.
Yes, that really blessed me.
That was a blessing. I love you, Jackie. Truly appreciate you.
I love you, too, and thank you so much, Beverly. I want to thank you. I know I got to go, but I just want to thank you again for allowing me to be a part of such a magical evening.
Yes.
I know I called you. I wanted to be a part of it in the beginning, and I called you, and I was just like, hey, whatever you need, I'm there. Just whatever you want, whatever you need. And then when you called me back and said, yes, sister, come on in, we need you, and my soul was just blessed.
Yes.
So I thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of the magic.
Yes. Thank you
You're
for your
so
willingness.
welcome.
Blessings to you, Sister Queen.
Okay, peace and love, everybody.
Peace and
You
love.
too. Have a great evening.
Yes.
You too.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thanks.
So, guys, if you know any youth between the ages of 14 and 17 that you know that they would like to be a part of Jackie's program, again, you can reach her at 202-829-1160, 202-829-1160, or you can email her at jahkente, JAHKENTE, @AOL.com, and also at jahkente, JAHKENTE.org to check out the program.
Yes.
Oh my God, it has been another phenomenal show.
You go,
We
girl.
just want to thank you guys so
Thank
much
you
for
for
tuning in for another episode of the Mignon Show. We have our awesome, beautiful celebrity co-host, Miss Beverly Smith Brown,
Yes.
and she is the creator of the You Go Girl Conference. And this weekend was the first one, but I'm telling you, next year it's going to be bigger, it's going to be better, and you guys must show up. Next year, I'm going to put a number out there right now. We want this is the least, 200 young girls and women in that conference.
That's right.
And that's what we're going to call it.
That's
We're
what
going to succeed at that number and
That's
have
right.
more. But I challenge you guys, next year, sign your daughters up.
That's
Come
right.
out yourself and get this education that we need to be able to help our own community.
Yeah.
You know, stop waiting for someone to come and save us. It's going to take us to save us.
Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to, she's running for at-large council member.
Please do.
Dion Bussy Reader came through and she blessed us with a phenomenal speech, just, you know, coming from the heart. I can't even call it a speech. She just, you know, just really dropped some jewels on the women that was there. We had council member Trayon White came through.
Yes, he did.
We had Commissioner Crawford came over and, you know, made sure that they showed the support for the community. So definitely want to give him a shout out. And at-large council member will be calling in. If we can't get her in, she will be speaking to you all this month, before this month is out.
Absolutely.
She's already said that she will be on the show. So you want to stay tuned for that. Yes, and just want to give a shout out to Principal Strickland in Charles Hart Middle School for giving us the free range of the whole entire school.
Did. Yes, they
so
did.
That's my alma mater. I graduated from Hart, so it's such an honor and a pleasure to be able to go back into the school. This is our 5th event. You know, we host our talent shows there every year, and it's so important for the schools, the churches, to open their doors for nonprofit organizations. So just want to shout out again, Charles Hart Middle School, for them doing their due diligence to look out for the community.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we want to say thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in next week again to the Mignon Show at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have our celebrity guests back here for the whole month of October. So join us. Thank you. Have a good evening, and God bless.
God bless you guys.
You got it going on. Give me some of that good passion, baby. We got you dripping wet. The way we make you sweat. Give me some of that good passion, baby. Well, it's on. Yeah. Up your bad blood, now relate so. I still say something.